All right, welcome. This is the end of week 2. This is our recap for the week. I'm Dave.
I'm Ed.
And first of all, we have to send out a special thanks. Ed?
Thank you, Larry Burns, for these smashing University of Toledo flight jackets, which are, by the way, our video uniform for the rest of this course.
By the way, if you want to order a jacket just like this, an unsolicited plug for utoledogear.com, you can find these slick jackets, just like the ones we're wearing right now on that website. So week 2, we did a lot of things with the class, including walking them through Blackboard, as well as iTunes U. That was pretty important.
Yes, and the students seem to be getting used to the technology and seem to be really comfortable using it and asking questions about it, so everything looks good on that end.
All right, let's take a look.
Your Blackboard site, if you look up here real quick, is your course email. Again, especially conversations about your grade, those really by law need to happen in Blackboard because nobody else can see it. And things can be actually captured and stuff through the regular email here at the university.
Now, let's watch Ed lead the class in some proper stance and breathing exercises, and then we'll have a little fun with some tongue twisters.
So take note of where you're breathing. And what I want you to do is I want you to take note of any spot where you feel tension right now. Do any of you feel, like, it doesn't have to be really bad, but do any of you feel any sort of tension in any part of your body? Right on your pocket now. Now let your arms hang, let them be really, really relaxed. And I want you to find a place where it almost feels like you're swaying back and forth, ever so slightly. Almost as if you're not making yourself stand, but something between gravity and that string is holding you up. And what I want you to do now is I want you to put one hand on your stomach, like this. Now watch what happens to me when I take a good breath. Watch my hand. Did you see that? Now I want all of you using your air to go, most people think, where do you breathe? Where does your air go?
It goes up, but you're supposed to.
But yeah, it should go all the way down to the bottom of your lungs. Because if it goes all the way to the bottom of your lungs, your abdomen will go out. That's actually what will happen. If it stops up here, you're not breathing all the way, and your voice isn't going to be as relaxed or as strong. So let's think about this. On 3, we're all going to do one good breath together. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
When we were doing breathing exercises, I had the students lie on the floor, and I did this because some of them were having troubles breathing from their abdominal area. When you take a relaxed breath for performance, your abdominal area should expand. Your breath should not stop in your lungs because that makes you tense. When you lie on the floor on your back, you naturally breathe in such a way that your abdomen expands. And so I had them do that, and then I had them stand up and try to reimagine that feeling so that the ones who are having problems making their abdomen stand expand while standing up could remember how it felt to be lying on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, just let it, a wave of breath into your body, raise your hand up, and then quite organically let the breath roll right out of you. You shouldn't have to put forth any effort to exhale. And in this position, it should be quite organic that you inhale so that your abdomen lifts as well.
Ed, you really had the class do some wild things with tongue twisters. Why did you have them do that?
Well, tongue twisters are great for a few reasons. One is, of course, elocution. Tongue twisters are usually kind of an extreme training in pronunciation and in speaking in general. It's like running with ankle weights, but it's talking with ankle weights. And if you do a lot of them, you do well. The other is, when you make a mistake in a tongue twister, it's really obvious. And the big thing you need to know as a performer of public speaking or theater or music or anything is never stop if you make a mistake. Keep going, so it can train you to do that as well.
A mother pheasant plucker.
I am mother pheasant plucker.
I pluck mother pheasants.
I pluck mother pheasants.
I'm the most pleasant mother pheasant plucker
I'm the most pleasant mother pheasant plucker
that ever plucked a mother pheasant.
that ever plucked a mother pheasant.
I'm a mother pheasant plucker. I pluck mother pheasants.
I'm a mother pheasant plucker. I pluck mother pheasants.
I'm the most pleasant mother pheasant plucker that ever plucked a mother pheasant.
I'm the most pleasant mother pheasant plucker that ever plucked a mother pheasant.
Okay. All right, let's try it again. I'm a mother pheasant plucker.
I'm a mother pheasant plucker.
I pluck mother pheasants.
I pluck mother pheasants.
I'm the most pleasant mother pheasant plucker that ever plucked a mother pheasant.
I'm the most pleasant mother pheasant plucker that ever plucked a mother pheasant.
Okay, all at the same time now. Together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm a mother pheasant plucker. I pluck mother pheasants. I'm the most pleasant mother pheasant plucker that ever plucked a mother pheasant. Okay? Now, Morgan, you go
Okay.
first.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
I slit the shit.
Keep going. Actually, the trick too is with tongue twisters and with all this is just keep going no matter what you say until you're finished. And then that's what tongue twisters are for too, because they train you to not go, ah, I messed up, and stop, even if people laugh or whatever, but just to keep going, because that's what's going to save you when you're up there. Like people go, oh, maybe that's a mistake, you know. And so with tongue twisters, the mistakes are obvious, so they're really good at training you to just keep going, even if you make a mistake. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so try it again.
I slit the sheet I slit, and the slit, on the slitted sheet I sit.
Okay,
Mother
now,
pheasant plucker. I pluck mother pheasants. I'm the most pleasant mother pheasant plucker that ever plucked a mother pheasant.
okay, good. And you got the plucked really good at the end. The main thing you need to work on is just hitting your plosives just a little bit harder, you know? So I'm a mother pheasant plucker. Did you hear this tiny, tiny little T I hit at the end of pleasant?
Yeah.
I'm a mother pheasant plucker. I pluck mother pheasants. Okay? So those tiny little plosive consonants will make people understand you more. And what's more is they'll make you sound very sophisticated, which is actually important to getting a job or to convincing people that you have authority in your topic. It's ridiculous, but if you sound not overly sophisticated like you're affected, but just enough that you're clear, people will listen to you more.
Next, we had some fun with some nonverbal communication. Watch what happens when we take a normal word like Limburger cheese, and we try and figure out what someone is meaning by the tone of their voice and their body gestures and movements. Check it out.
An action, something I'm going to do with my body and with my tone of voice that has nothing to do with Limburger. And I'm going to go up to one of you, and I'm going to say this to you in this way, and then everyone else is going to decide what they think I was doing. What was actually going on here? What was I actually trying to convey? Okay?
Like your emotion or
You'll see. Yeah. It could be emotional. Limburger. Right? Okay. Now, what was that? What just happened? What did they do? What do you think was going on there? So you ignore the word because the word's unimportant. What did my body say? Intimidation. Sort of. I can see that.
Question me if I'm wrong. Like, go ahead, try.
You're right. So that could be
Very
as
serious.
intimidation.
It was very serious, like your arms were crossed and you had a deeper tone.
Right, so there was something going on, in like emotionally darker, you know, not comfortable, right? Like it seemed troubling, you know, this thing. So now, what are your own this time?
you mean
Okay.
I go.
Limburger.
Compliment.
Yeah, it
Yes,
sounded like,
did you hear it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's great. You did it, you conveyed it.
yeah, it was kind of like nicer and high pitched and like open.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, everything we got was from his tone of voice. Like, that's a nice shirt.
The last thing we did in week 2 was analyze presentation spaces. We looked at pictures such as this one, and we analyzed the lighting, what the acoustics might be, where the audience is sitting, where the presenter might be, and how they might best be able to reach the audience. And then we decided to let the students go out with their iPads and pick presentation spaces around campus and shoot some video with their iPad, in which we will examine next week. But first, I had to give them a tutorial about how to use iMovie on the iPad.
Add a title to it. Tap it twice, put a title on it.
Can someone go get the lights for me? Okay,
Oh, good
thanks.
call.
I just want to get this, I want to get this on the screen. Well, go ahead.
So what should we, I'll just. All right, cool. Let me put it like another, I'll put this clip down here, I don't know what it is. In automatic transition, I can put none, cross, dissolve, or whatever. But let's say I want to export this as it
This
is.
is going to be kind of psychedelic. Okay.
Hit that thing with the star up top, did you see that? Let me go back to that. See the folder has a star up top next to the question mark?
Oh, yeah.
Then I go here. This is camera roll, YouTube, Facebook. We want to put this on YouTube. Well, we'll hit, it will start a little progress bar here. We'll say exporting movie, and we'll say exporting to YouTube. And that's it.
All right.
Okay, so to finish the week, we had the students go out with their iPads and actually experiment with iMovie, and they're going to analyze some spaces.
Yes, and next week, we'll be posting their progress on those assignments right here.
So you'll get to see what it looks like, what they shot, the spaces they went to on campus, as well as we're going to let them mirror their iPads onto the screen in the classroom. Should be fun.
Right? I look forward to it.
See ya.